Alright, what's for one pistol finder here, and today we're gonna be ranking some more Elilenk EdwardMMOs. So yeah, Putfunder finally figured out that you can actually make a tier list online. Yeah, don't ask me how I did it, but I did it. But yeah, for today we do have the magical mystical perk that's called the Gunslinger. Now the Gunslinger for me personally, yeah, one of my favorite freaking perks. It does a lot of damage, it suits my playstyle, it's just an awesome ass freaking perk. Now I would argue that as long as you know how to do headshots, any of the weapons are actually good. But some do outperform others in different ways. And that's just how I'm gonna be ranking today's freaking tier list. Okay, let's start things off with the 1858. Yep, the 1858, this thing is a starting pistol and it is a revolver style pistol. Which means it reloads giga freaking fast, but usually it's only good for the first couple of waves if you can't like get anything else. So I'm just gonna put it into C. Okay, now we're gonna be ranking the HX25. Yep, this thing is a demolitionist weapon, but surprisingly it's very good on the Gunslinger for clearing the trash. It also does a lot of rack 'em ups if you go up close to like a big Z, like a fleshbound Scrake. It is a very good weapon on the Gunslinger, but for me personally I would put it at A, but I guess I'm just gonna put it at B for the time being. Okay, now we got the single freaking Magnum. Now the single Magnum, it is a little bit awkward, slow firing, yeah, I'm just gonna put it at C, man. But as for the dual Magnums, yep, these things are damage dealing freaking machines. And I'm probably just gonna put them directly into the S. I do use them very freaking often alongside... Well, yeah, the Desert Eagles. I mean, I'm just gonna put that shit directly into the S as well. You're gonna see a lot of gunslingers just using these types of weapons. And just like nothing else. But yeah, Desert Eagles, pretty self-explanatory. Fast shooting, a lot of damage. Don't have that much ammo though, so do watch out for that. But ultimately, yep, you do get a lot of bang for your buck. Now, the single Desert Eagle, for me personally, I don't really use a single one all that often compared to other people I know. But I do see how it can work, so I'm just gonna put it in the fucking B. It's a cool little backup, and I do see a lot of people using it on, well, yeah, other perks. I understand why. Okay, dual 1858s. Well, I mean, they're obviously better than the single one, so one tier higher for them. Okay, now we got the dual 1911s. Okay, so the 1911s, for me personally, yeah, they're not that bad, but they're just, I don't know, they're just forgettable for me. They're just like a middle tier weapon that you don't really need or should care about. They do damage like everything else, but do you need them? Not really. But yeah, this is probably gonna be a lot of controversy because I do realize there's a lot of gunslinger mains and they do get quite upset if you will I just like trash talk a weapon they like. But I mean, I play the perk myself and I don't care, I can use whatever. Okay, now we have the freaking winter bites, the dual ones. Now the dual winter bites, I do actually adore these weapons. They're good for, you know, supporting against Scrakes, good for bosses, just to, you know, freeze them up. They are very reliable, I'm just gonna say that. I use them a lot of the time. But I mean, are they A or are they B for me? I mean, for me personally, they're gonna be A, but for a lot of other people, it's probably gonna be B and C. Some people don't see the point in using these things. I can kinda see why, because you can just like destroy everything, but for supporting the team, yeah, they're not that bad. Oh, yo, now we got the Glock 18C. Now the Glock 18C, it's a very good secondary. I do use it instead of, well, yeah, the Desert Eagle, because with the Desert Eagle, yeah, you do have to be precise with your shots. You just shoot like, what, 7 or how much it has. Whereas with the Glock, clear trash, has a lot of ammo in reserve, you can do a lot of rack 'em ups at once. I mean, it's most likely S, but I don't know. I'm just gonna put it at A for the time being. Now for the dual Glocks, yep, directly into the C. The weapon is a lot more accurate, whereas these things, yeah, they're just sporadic, unreliable, and I don't really like them at all, so C it is. For the dual Glocks. Okay, now we have the HM Tech 101. If I'm playing multiplayer, S. If I'm playing solo, probably C. But I mean, this is more oriented for multiplayer, so I'm just gonna put it at S. You always have to have one, just for healing the team. And you know, this pistol, it also does rack 'em ups, so why not? Just go for it, just heal some players. Okay, now we have the single 1911. Now the single 1911, it is good for the first couple of waves if you're playing long. But I mean, why would you have this if you can get the Glock or the HX, which is even cheaper? I mean, I'm kind of like debating just putting the 1858 and this thing gets at D, because you're never probably gonna be using a single one of these. Yep, that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing. Oh, yo, now we got the Spitfires, fam. Yeah, the Spitfires. Pretty much the same story as the 1911s. You don't use them at all, pretty much, in the Gunslinger. There's just no point. I mean, this one's gonna go D, this one's gonna go trash tier. But I don't have any more tiers, so yep, here they are. Now, this is the Winter Bite. It has like a little hexagon on it. You can just barely see it because it cut off for some reason. Thank you, tiermaker.com. But yeah, the single one, I would much rather have the dual ones, but the single one, it just doesn't freeze fast enough. But if you do have to use it, yeah, I would much rather use it over, well, yeah, these things. Now we have the Rhino DLC weapon. Now with the Rhino, yeah, the single one, it's not that bad, because it, you know, does that ricochet stuff. It's gonna go into the sea anyway, because it's a single pistol. Why would you have a single pistol if you can have two of them? Now, two of them, I'm just gonna put them at B. Dude, I'm just like changing my mind on the dual 1858s, because I only use them for the first wave. Yeah, they're just gonna go into the forgettable tier, man, because like I said, you only use them for the first wave, or up until you can get something else. And then you just don't need them, they're just forgettable. But yeah, back to the Rhinos, the dual ones are actually quite good for clearing trash, corridor control. They don't have a lot of ammunition, but to be fair, not a lot of other weapons have ammo, so yeah, I'm just gonna put them at B. They are quite satisfying and useful to use. Okay, let's just get the Winchester out of the way. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just forgettable, man. Whereas the Centerfire, this thing's more of a freaking beast. I'm just gonna put it at A. I do use it often, and it does a lot of freaking damage. You do have to be precise, pretty much, but at the end of the day, yeah, you're doing a lot of damage. Okay, now we're moving down to the last two weapons, the AF 2011s. So the single one, it's actually not that bad. It's probably the same tier as a single Desert Eagle, whereas the dual AFs, I mean, they just stack up damage giga freaking fast. You can kill stuff very freaking fast. You can spam with it for a long ass freaking time. Yeah, they're probably freaking S. But yeah, just to recap, S and A are just weapons I'm always using on the Gunslinger for the most part. B weapons are just weapons I use from time to time. C weapons I'm probably never gonna be using, and D weapons, yeah, I'm probably never gonna touch. Well then, boys, this is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yep, this is my Gunslinger tier list. I mean, most people might agree. Some might say, why Winter Bites? You don't need them, you got a lot of damage. And my argument is, I mean, for public play, like I like doing from time to time, they're actually quite useful. If there's going to be like a survivalist on the team freezing stuff up, I'm probably not gonna use them. But if not, I'm definitely gonna use them, especially on boss waves. It is extremely good for freezing the Patriarch and the Abomination. I mean, not so much the other ones, maybe Hans, but I mean, with the Matriarch and King Fleshpound, you just can't really freeze them. But yeah, anyway, this is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yep, do let me know what you guys would change and why. And with that being said, leave a like, subscribe, and see you guys next episode. Adios.